Okay, well, that's fixed. Whoops, I accidentally killed stream.
GG.
You killed the stream.
Started
What
up
the hell?
again.
I started it up again. I swear, it's back. Nothing happened.
All right, let's see it. First map, we are going to, I forgot what it's called. Vampire map. We've got Raid and Guichibu, who we haven't seen in a minute, but we did see them perform against
The
Animefan and
lights.
Flower. Very close match between the two. Now we're getting to see Haz and Raven, who we haven't seen all tourney aside from the last set, who performed very well against Mr. Clench and Beasons, considering they won the match and moved on. And now we're getting to see them thrive with this double axe. We've only
Oh.
got one player missing an axe, but he subbed it out for the Katars in this match. It's Guichibu with Katars in hand already. 3 axes just
Oh,
being
come
thrown out,
on.
stairs all over the place, and so far the most damaged player is looking like Raid, who's in a dangerous position. He finds himself in a
Yeah,
troublesome
pretty deep
position
right
as
over
he's
there.
already losing his stock. Does he really, Chris? Already losing his stock, now giving the lead over to the blue team. The red team is sitting at a complete stock disadvantage, but Guichibu trying to put in so much damage with his guitars right now.
Pretty
Doing
good
his best to make
damage
it work.
and holding onto that stock, too.
Doing a very good job as maintaining. Yes, as Raid takes the next stock off of Haz, and Raven is sitting in a dangerous position himself with a lot of damage done onto him.
There we go.
Now having a full stock lead themselves, they've turned it around somewhat. If they continue to damage Raven the way they are and are able to take the stock from Guichibu, they will have a confident lead over the red team here.
Alright, come on, Gui.
Not really sure what to go for there. Trying to evade any damage whatsoever. And a nice catch on the recovery to build up even more damage. Raid is in such a dangerous position now. This is looking super bad for him as they continue just piling up on hits. And all it takes is a recovery to take the stock now.
Oh my,
They might
Gui!
be more focused on Guichibu, who is continuing with the guitars and actually leads into a gimp.
Oh
now guaranteeing a comfortable lead over the blue team.
Gui was just letting it rip on the guitars. That was insane.
Thankfully for the blue team, they are able to take that stock that he's been holding onto for so long, but it still leaves them in a slight disadvantage here. Having an actual lead over the blue team, red team is about to take Raven's other stock and have a whole stock
Raven?
lead.
Was it just me or did he just run off the map?
He might have run out of options.
Honestly, I could have seen it. Being that far off the map, yeah.
Still a dangerous position for red team despite their lead, as Raid has so much damage built up onto him, and all it takes is a sig and maybe even a recovery depending on position to take his stock. He is set off stage and in a very dangerous position now, as Haz is also in that same boat as him.
Yeah,
both sitting at red, both sitting at one stock, and that's all it takes to take one stock is a sig, is a recovery. Oh, and he goes off the slide charge D-Sig to get punished by the GCN sig.
Crazy.
Just as he loses his stock to Raid. Raid not even losing his own, being able to hold on and holding on to his whole stock that time to allow them to take the match over blue team, sitting with 3 stocks comfortably. Red team is 1-0 now over blue.
Oh my god.
Guichibu and Raid taking match 1 over Raven and Haz.
Actually insane gameplay.
Good showing from both teams so far, but they're going to need to potentially change something up or play even better if they're going to continue sticking to these legends, and it seems to be their comfort picks. They are going to remain on these legends. They just need to play a little different to find an answer for Guichibu. They seem to be doing well against Raid, as Raid was behind the rest of the lobby for most of the match. He just managed to stay on to his last stock to allow Guichibu to thrive and build up as much damage as he possibly could to keep themselves alive, to be able to take that match. And now needing to find something to respond to these guitars. It might not even be so much as the spear, as we know he excels with these guitars. He can build up so much damage with them. And the SIGs themselves, not even to mention, are so dangerous.
I mean, let alone just the amount of strings and combos that Gui's able to do on guitars is just really impressive.
It is. He just finds so many connections. He hits you with one thing, you are going to get smacked the next hit. Do not let up.
Oh, and especially on a legend like Queen Naya, even though Guitar's got that nerve, Queen Naya still does a decent amount of damage. Getting hit by her is not fun.
She does so much damage. which is exactly why you want to be fearful of this Queen Nine. You want to be able to find an answer for it, but what an option!
But they
And
should still
and
buff Queen Eye.
risking everything for that option, trying to go for a crazy ground pound gets him punished. Blue team now having the lead over red team by only stock alone. The damage that is put onto them will potentially cause them to lose it and not lose it, but be even with the
Ooh,
red
that was
team
a good
here. If
dodge
the
from
red team
Gui.
can find an answer to take their stock immediately, if these two are maintaining and continuing to build up damage, hitting your own teammate might not even matter here so long as you can build up damage onto the enemy team. Because it seems like all it takes
Oh,
is one
okay,
hit, as we just
okay.
saw, one hit from each
Winnable.
player on the red team to take the stocks and
Is
even it out as
viable
well as they
now.
possibly can.
Honestly, I still have zero idea on who's gonna win this.
No, only time can tell. You can never tell because it is just they are all playing so well, and it is a completely different story from last
Ooh.
match. We saw Guichapu thriving last match, excelling with this Queen Nine pick over all other players, and now being on his last stock first. Every other player still sitting on a comfortable two stocks, especially Has, who has no damage done onto him. Red team is going to need to find a solution to handle either Raven losing his stocks immediately or bring Has down to the rest of the players' levels here. Weechabu trying to avoid as much damage as possible. As his teammate is gone, it might just
Oh
be so
my.
difficult
Oh,
for
come
him right
on.
now. But
Yeah.
what an incredible catch
Go.
past both
Oh my
players to
god.
take the
Go,
stock off of
Gui.
with a crazy GCD light into ground pound to take it.
Honestly, it's winnable. I mean, getting Raven out would probably be the best bet since he's on his last one, but we'll have to wait and see what they do.
It would be optimal, and now seeing the position he's in, they are building up a good damage with a slight team combo here, but Has is still a problem as he is sitting on his second stock. And it's going to be
Oh.
so difficult to be able to take this as they are playing so well, and Has is just not letting up, not losing his
Oh
stock,
no,
maintaining,
Gui!
and Guichabu losing his own is going to cause them a detrimental position
Oh
and
my
lose them the
god.
match. A good catch there for the GCD light into ground pound and the Sarah from Raven there. Unarmed going to Has to take
Oh,
that final
Has,
stock.
where'd you go?
Oh, we done lost the goat.
Oh, he's back.
It is
He
now
is
1-1
risen.
between both teams here.
Honestly, I don't even know who to root for.
Only one team will be moving on. And whether I couldn't tell you who's gonna win it either, as it was a completely different story. Second match, as we saw in the first match, it was Guichabu is staying alive, maintaining and building up so much damage while holding his first stock, while Raid is just taking all the hits and attempting to stay alive so he doesn't put Guichabu into a 1v1 situation, and they did it so well. But the second match coming around, it was just the complete opposite, where Guichabu was on last stock first, and Raid had to play so well to try to maintain, but they just couldn't keep up with Raven and Has, who were putting on so much damage onto them and just fighting every single hit and taking the match completely. A completely different story, both matches. And now, what's to come of this third match? No one knows. Only time can tell. You can make your guesses, you can make your bets, but you cannot confidently predict who's gonna take it of the two.
I mean, honestly, as long as Raven and Has focus on getting Gui out first, they could probably win this.
We're just waiting on Raven now. Not sure where he's at, but he's got something going on. We will sit patiently for him.
And as they say, patience is a virtue. I'm sorry I yawned. I'm a little tired. I normally have an old lady nap at this point.
That's just how it goes. Commentating for attorney is hard work. It will definitely drain your energy. You just gotta continue on.
Yeah, I mean, at least the matches are still pretty fun. Keeping me awake.
They are very good matches. You can't deny that. They're just I mean, you're seeing top 8 teams performing right now and top 32 at that. Top 32, top 8, it doesn't matter. These are all very talented players and anybody can take this if it goes to Has and Raven. That will be an upset and a great win for Heaven as an org, but Guichabu and Raid, we've seen Guichabu make top 8 before, and with Raid, I'm not certain, but we've seen that Raid definitely has what it takes to be up there with the rest of these players, with the rest of the cast. He has a lot of talent with his Lance especially, and being able to reflect off of whatever Guichabu has going on, or send him people so he can finish off the stocks with the Sigs, is just, it works really well. Queen Nai isn't a bad pick at all.
Oh, I agree fully.
I think Ogrim works really well with the spear as well, but being able to have those guitars that you're comfortable with, it's a good pick. It's a great pick, and there should be no reason you doubt anybody playing whatever legend they feel most comfortable with. Looking at the entire cast of legends present, yes, there might be some that are considered better than others. Maybe a great sword legend isn't isn't optimal for twos, but you've seen Monihalla put in work with the Imugi.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, honestly, Monihalla is the Amugi.
Sometimes it doesn't even come down to which weapons are better for twos. It might just come down to which signatures that legend has that makes it work so well. Despite having a great sword, Imugi has incredible sigs that send your opponent back to whoever you're trying to bounce a
And
combo
it
off
does
with, no matter
a
which legend it
really,
is.
really, does really a lot of damage.
It does so much damage. Imugi does so much damage, and no more about Imugi as we see three other axes present here going against this one Qatar's legend. We've got we've got an axe in the hand with Raid, and against the other two axes, Has and Raven. Weechabu still sitting comfortably on the Nai pick, which is probably the most threatening, I'd say, because we've seen that he can maintain his stock and dominate the rest of the players, but has also
He's
showed that
able to
same sentiment
cook.
as he did last match.
And
It's totally
honestly,
possible.
I don't expect less from Gui. He's the goat like that.
If Has continues playing as well as he did last match, so then he can totally take this. But Guichabu is showing that he carries that momentum from the first match that he might have lost in the second. And his
Ooh.
oh, both players
Oh
spot dodging
my.
that ground pound perfectly.
Ah,
Incredible
Gui
reaction.
locked in.
Nice little recovery to take the stock, and now looking to take the
Oh,
second immediately. It seems
take
like
it from
Has will not
Has.
be able to
Come on.
continue that same sentiment from the second match, as Guichabu is not letting up with these guitars. And
Come
now
on,
doing big
Gui.
damage onto Raven. It doesn't even matter that he's
Oh.
hitting his teammate, because that damage that he has can already be a kill confirm for either player on the blue team. As it is there, the damage is still totally a worth trade-off
Oh
just to
no.
get some on the enemy team. As Has is so damaged right now, just as Guichabu is. It all comes down to whoever takes the stock first, and maybe even
Honestly,
second here, as Raven
I
is already building up good damage onto Guichabu, but losing his own stock in the process.
come on, Gui. Gui's still holding on to his first stock though. I will. Oh, never mind. Caster's curse.
He is, as Raven is now on his last. We are seeing a similar situation to the first match that we saw against these between these two teams. Whoa! And taking it off the top, recovery into
Honestly,
GC Sig. What a crazy catch from Guichabu to take the stock off of
Gui might
Raven, putting
go.
Has into a dangerous 1v1 situation, having almost no options left and getting them all removed from him. Already losing his stock and is now on last, looking like an extremely
Oh,
dangerous position for the blue team. And
yeah.
that
He
crazy
kind of
conversion
just
was
gave
all it
up.
took.
He just gave up.
Accepted fate as that recovery off the top of the match, off the top of the map. Raven being so high up into GC Ensik from Guichabu, completely putting the match in their favor, in the palm of their hands, and allowing them to take that set so comfortably. It is 2-1.
Oh my
Red team over
god.
blue.
Honestly, when you're in that situation, what else can you do?
Zoro, are you in here? You gotta come in here and tell people it was best of 3.
What happened?
This was the best of 3, right?
Yep, yep. I was about to be Bunny versus Breachy Boo.
Oh my. Gotta love Brawlhalla players. Well, there's Bunny.
Well, that is 2-1 Guichabu, and Ray take it over Raven and Has.
There we go.
We are now waiting for Raven to hop out. Unfortunately. Best of 3 in top 8. It is still a community tourney. It might feel official because of all the talent that we have joining up in this tourney, but
Nah, raw.
It's just a time thing, bro. We just gotta wrap it up. You know what I'm saying?
it's still a community tourney.
Everything after now will be best of 5 though. So
Okay.
Alright, so it's by the looks of it, okay. What?
Bro, who is this?
Yeah,
Who's
who?
bro on the podium right now?
That is a good question. Who is on the podium?
That me? You gotta get off the podium, bro. You have to get off the podium. I gotta
bro,
hide the
probably
room.
There we
Rikuma.
go.
I gotta hide the.
Get him out of there, bro.
I'm sorry. Look, there's a tourney going on right now. We. You're not supposed to be on the.
Bro, probably Rikuma.
He's so funny for that though.
Bro was just
Oh,
happy to
shoot.
be there, bro.
Bro was excited to be present. A level 15 Queen Nai? Am I tripping?
Bro's on
You
the
are
alt
not
seat.
tripping.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense then.
He's using an alt account.
Bro's unlinked right now. It's crazy.
He said I only joined this clan on an alt. You guys are worth my time.
Oh my god,
Bro
that would
joined Team
actually be
Sweet on it
crazy.
though.
Bro just hasn't signed into PlayStation in 30 days.
Honestly,
see it.
probably for good measure. PlayStation's kind of dumb. Just kidding. I don't really have an opinion. But also
Let's
now
see
it
it.
started. Money and Bunny versus, oh my god. It's kind of a mouthful to say.
Monihalla and Bunny versus Guichabu and Raid.
Honestly,
I
We
got Bunny
haven't
winning
seen
this.
this matchup yet.
I want Gui to win. Just
We haven't
cause
seen this
Queen
matchup.
Eye.
Gotta root for the Heaven members, man.
We've got Guichabu and Raid versus Heavens, Bunny, and Monihalla. And so far, they are seeming very promising, showing why Bunny is in heaven at the very least. They are putting in a lot of damage onto the red team right now, and red team is struggling to even find a lot of damage output onto
Go
them
Gui!
as they take the stocks immediately and already have a comfortable 2-stock lead despite the damage that Bunny might have on hand. And not even the damage being present on Bunny, but regardless,
Oh,
a
he
beautiful
tried.
gift from Bunny to take the stock and giving themselves a crazy lead.
Oh,
And whatever we didn't see from the top rope there, Raid taking the stock off of Moni and it not even mattering because of the gimp that was present. Guichabu, a totally different story that we saw from the previous set, is now on his last stock, facing off against these two monsters with axes in hand. Oh, and this is gonna be a huge. The D6s on Imugi are incredibly difficult to deal with.
I
They
think
always
we
just
went
lead
for
into
like
something
3
beautiful.
N6s over there on the edge of the stage. That was honestly, I mean, honestly, when you're on 9.
Ooh, now being in a dangerous position themselves, Bunny is trying their absolute best to just get a gimp to and getting gimp themselves. Unfortunately, a good catch
Oh,
for Raid there to take the stock from Bunny and evening this out a little bit more, but still super difficult as Bunny is still sitting on 2 stocks. It really takes being able to take Bunny's stock here and get a potential gimp as it might come to
ooh,
fruition as Bunny is
that
off
was a
stage but
nice
making it
side
back with
sig.
that beautiful GC side sig. Now taking the stock off of Monihalla and putting themselves in an even better position. Still being at a damage deficit though, trying to even this out. Guichabu and Raid are putting
Ooh,
on so much damage onto Bunny here, and if they are able to take the stock, they will put themselves in a 1v2 situation.
and
And it
it'll
looks like it
definitely
just
fall.
might happen as
Oh
Moni is
my
taking so much
god!
damage. When all
Gui!
players are sitting on 1 stock right now, it doesn't even matter who was in the lead prior. It really just comes down to who takes the stock first. Blue team now having a comfortable
Oh,
lead.
is it
Not so
2v1?
comfortable though, as if it comes down to taking 1 stock, Guichabu might just have this in their
Nope.
hand, and it
It
doesn't even
just
matter
took
the
one
NSIG from
Amugi Sig.
just one Imugi Sig to take the stock and take the first match. Moni and Bunny taking game one over Guichabu and Raid.
Damn. That was honestly quite the match.
It was a good match. It was a good first match. It was very close. It was so much closer than it seemed like initially. Bunny and Moni were doing super well, and then Guichabu and Raid started coming back. It was looking like they might have actually done it, but Bunny and Moni being able to close that out in such a close ending there, being able to comfortably take game one, and now sitting a little bit better, seeing that they did take it. If they didn't take it, it would have been a little more
I
difficult to continue on, but potentially saving the mental for it afterwards. Oh, they're taking a moment. Oh, good.
I know I'm still rooting for a Gui and Raid, mostly because Gui plays Queen Knight, and as a fellow guitars player, I support it. And also Queen Knight low-key goated. I don't care what anybody says. Buffer. I want to see Gui get first place just because they buff Queen Knight. That's how good I want the buff to be.
I'm indifferent. Queen Eye's cool though.
I mean, she's fun. Her sings are fun. It's really fun to gimp. Honestly, oh, I feel like Money and Buddy are gonna take this set, but I'm still rooting for Gui and Raid here.
So yeah. You
Alright.
can root for them, but we just saw Bunny and Moni show that there's a good chance that they can take this if they continue moving the way they did in the beginning of the match, and continue with that momentum. They will definitely take it over Guichabu and Raid if they don't have a response here. But
I feel
we've
like
seen
they'll
that
have the response. I
we've
believe
seen
in
both
it.
of these players shine. Go ahead, my fault.
I feel like they're gonna have a response to this. I mean, Gui is a pretty adaptable player.
He is being able to do as well as he can with this Queen Eye is super impressive. You don't see a lot of Queen Eyes, if any at all, in this high of a bracket.
Oh, agreed. And I mean, respect to you, Gui, to making her work and showing why she's a good legend. People should honestly pay attention to her.
We're absolutely paying attention, but not finding as many hits as Raid right now, who is just putting on good damage on both of these players and not taking as much in the process. And now
Ooh.
reflecting that onto what a crazy ground button is going so deep for that kill, and is not costing him much as both
Oh,
players still
nice
remain alive, but
Ensig.
an N-Sig is going to catch. Beautiful N-Sig to take the stock immediately
Double
off of both
Ensig.
players and taking the lead now, just needing to maintain this and not lose stocks of their own while building up so much damage onto both players. And it seems like it's going to happen as Monihalla is already sitting in orange on second stock and is being taken all the way
Ooh.
off stage. Now sitting off stage, holding onto stock here is Raid, trying to reverse this or
Oh,
do
nice
whatever he
Ensig.
can to stay alive and still build up damage himself. Monihalla sitting on the same damage as Raid, but it's a completely different story as they are in a stock difference right now.
I'll also say I noticed that whenever Gui picks up Spear, he throws it away for Katars, which honestly, I guess on 9 it's understandable.
In some situations, spear working, yes, but when you're going against a team like this, you want to be at your best at all times, and maybe the guitars are just better for him. Maybe the team combos that you can make out with spear just aren't going to work as well here. And though he's just sitting, playing patient, trying his best to maintain
Ooh,
what
nice ground
advantage
pound.
they have, there is so much damage built up onto Moni and Bunny right now.
Even though it's not a good habit, it's so fun to be able to ground pound a stage with Spear. It's one of the few weapons where you can get away with it.
So long as it hits, because if you don't, you will get punished so hard
Oh,
here.
yeah. But when it does hit, it's so awesome.
And right now it's seeming super well as they're building so much damage onto Bunny before Money can make it back in time to save him.
Ooh. But Gui got his stock taken away just as quick.
Very difficult position now for the blue team as Bunny is sitting on their last stock and is trying
Ooh,
their absolute
D6.
best to hold on while going for a crazy gimp on the Guichabu and almost managing to get it with that weapon throw that might have led into something incredible.
Gui's locked in. He's not letting it happen.
They are trying their best to take the stock off of Guichabu, and they're gonna do it. It's taken. And with that, they're both sitting on a bit of a damage deficit, but
This
being
is
able to
not
have
a
both
fun
players
situation to be in.
both players being alive right now, it is totally doable for them to take this from Raid and steal it from Red Team. Steal the entire match from Red Team and being in the position they're in. If Raid can't take the stock right now from either of these players, it will spell doom for them.
Oh, that side sig. Okay, they got
And
Bunny
does
out.
A
Okay,
beautiful
this is
connection with
winnable.
that recovery is going to take it now. A 1v1 situation between both players, Monihalla versus Raid here.
Come
Whichever
on,
player is more
Raid.
prominent with their most comfortable weapon in hand, and all pressure applied off stage by throwing himself off
Come on, make the
is
lance
leaving Money
work.
in a difficult situation.
Come on, it might just take one sig.
All it takes is one sig
Oh,
from Monihalla, and a crazy GC is going to
that
leave him in a
punish.
difficult position and leave him to lose the entire match. The second you cause that GC, whatever move it is you do unarmed above the
GC,
stage and
yeah.
get caught by that greatsword, it spells certain doom, and that cost them the match.
Ragnar.
Whoa, the spear just isn't doing enough work.
We have the Ragnar. Hello.
Everybody else is playing Axe right now. I might as well too. Guichabu switches over from the Queen Eye to the Ragnar pick.
And Gui called me dumb for having Ragnar. Well, actually, no. I remember Gui saying Ragnar was a bad legend.
Maybe in some sense, but it seems like the Axe is doing super well, and he wants that Gimp potential for the Sigs that... And it might not even matter. The pick might not even matter, as Guichabu already losing stock in 10 seconds into the match.
Poor Gui.
And Raid potentially following the same suit as he's so damaged already.
This Ragnar pick is actually kind of crazy.
This Ragnar pick seems crazy in sense of it might just not work, as Bunny and Money are doing so well immediately in the start of the match. 30 seconds in, both players on the red team losing their stocks so quickly and leaving them in a terrible position. As Bunny is still sitting on their first stock yellow, Guichabu is transferred onto their last stock red. Last stock, not red, last stock in general. As Moni's sitting at first stock red, but it's much better than being on your last stock. So soon into the match, only a minute into the match, and Moni already turning this around on the Raid, giving up his own stock to be able to just take theirs and put Raid onto last stock situation. Being at 3 stocks down, Red Team is going to have to make a miracle happen here to bring this back. This seems extremely difficult, being able to take Bunny's stock now. Both of them being in a 1v2 situation, but Monihalla seeming to have all control right now.
Okay.
So much damage onto both Red Team players here.
Never mind.
And Bunny translating that into a stock, and now being into a terrible Gimp position. It's only a minute 30 into the match, not even. And Blue Team cleans up so well and just takes it 2-1. Wait, 3-1 over Red Team. 3-1? 3-0? Was that a 3-0?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That was a 3-0. Wow. Blue Team doing so well to just dominate that set. Not even that set, that last match specifically, comfortably leaving with three games over the Red Team, who played so well but just weren't able to bring out anything to even seemingly scratch the surface of beating this other team here, beating Blue Team, Money and Bunny, who were just playing super well off of each other with their axes in hand, with the greatsword, the gauntlets, whatever it was, gimping each other. There was gimping Red Team. There were just a lot of gimps going on, a lot of playing off of each other, rebounding hits from one another, and now we're gonna be seeing the losers final set, Marky Moo and Future Bubble once again versus Bunny and Monihalla, the rematch.
This will be quite the rematch, actually. I mean, honestly, Gui and Raid did really well, though. Even though they lost, and that was just quite the match. Bunny and Money they're just so locked in. They're on another level right now.
Initially, Marky Moo and Future Bubble 3-1 Monihalla and Bunny, but with this momentum they carried from the last match they just played, we might see a different story here. Only emphasis on might, because that same result could repeat itself. It is totally possible that Marky Moo and Future Bubble show up and just take this from them once again and make it back into grand finals to face off against Animefan and Flower, who are sitting so comfortably waiting for their next opponent.
Man, this is going to be quite the match. Honestly, all the matches today have been pretty insane. You know what? There's official tournaments, but then there's community tournaments, which are just so much more fun.
I suppose it depends. It truly depends. It allows the opportunity for players who aren't professional or are even like aspiring pros to make it far into these tourneys to be able to fight against these players and see how they all function, how they all thrive. Thanks, John. And just it being able to sign up for community tourneys presents you that ability to be able to run into these players as far as they get.
And plus, who knows?
And
You can make some new friends. You can find some new sparring partners.
totally possible, totally true. And I think some of the greatest rivalries and team ups have been formed through tournaments. You play against someone who seems like they know what they're doing. They probably match up really well with you based on the legend they play, based on who they pick, who they enjoy, and you can kind of just run with that. And it seems that this Rayman and Moogie duo just works really well for both Money and Bunny.
Honestly, I could kind of see it with, well, I mean, Moogie has axe, and Bunny, well, she has her axe and gauntlets. And I mean, gauntlets can pretty much work into anything.
Not only that, but the D Sig can be a very good kill option as well as the N Sig and Side Sig, I would say as well. But
Yeah.
the D Sig, I feel like, is the way it holds people can be used for even more combos, like maybe into the D Sig on Emoogies, say Great Sword, or even the axe. Either down sigs work really well with, I think, Rayman's down sig. It's really depending on how you're using it. The N sig as well, if they're damaged enough, it really doesn't matter. It just seems that these two legends are great picks for both of these players.
Well, there tends to be tons of options.
They do have a lot to work with. Now we just sit here waiting for the match to be reported for Bunny and Moni while we wait for Marky and Future to show up.
Woohoo! Honestly, yeah, no. Today's matches have just been insane, and also like how pretty decent amount of viewers on the stream today.
Thanks for the follow, baby. We do have pretty intense matches going on, and even more coming up. We're going to see at the very least 6 more matches, at least.
Honestly, I'm kind of here for it.
Are they? Oh, they're making a whole other room.
What tourney is this? This is DVN. It's Divine Gates. Honestly, quite the tournament, isn't it? Dude, we've seen Marky Moo, we've seen Future Bubble, we've seen Bunny, we've seen Money. Basically seen everybody at this point.
I can't confirm anything. I guess they're not confirming Guichibu and Raid. Where did Zoro go? We're gonna need him to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're just waiting to see this room or to get it reported.
Whatever happens first. Also, you're supposed to you're supposed to cue Mr. Clench. That's actually kind of sad. Oh no, I think they're queuing. Nothing. I'm just reading my Twitch chat.
Cool.
I think my boyfriend queued somebody in ranked. He was really low elo. Quite unfortunate.
I got the room.
You got the room code?
What is it?
4-2.
One more time.
496-642. Oh wait, I might have said that wrong. No, I said that right.
Nice, thank you.
Wait, what was it?
496-642.
49.
Also, Bunny requested that you hide the room code.
I did.
Perfect.
And then, can you report that match between Bunny and Moni versus Guichibu and Raid? They did not finish it.
Okay, Mr. Clench, I do not want to hear it. Ban him. calling me a
Let's see
dementia
it.
patient.
Beginning of losers finals. Initially, Bunny and Moni lost to these two players, Markimu and Future Bubble, 3-1, and potentially carrying that momentum over. We might see a whole other narrative, but only time can tell. We never truly know. It really just depends on how well these players can play with what they've got, and we are seeing Markimu still on this Mordex that we saw him end with back earlier in winners final side against Animefan and Flower. No longer playing that Onyx. It seems like the Mordex might just go all the way, but so far it's not seeming the case, as Bunny and Moni are doing so much damage onto both players here. We're not able to respond with anything whatsoever. They're
Honestly,
seemingly untouched.
yeah, honestly, Bunny and Money are so locked in right now. They are flowing right now.
Yes, it is Rage.
Honestly, the chances of them winning this is looking pretty good.
Ooh, but a
Ooh,
nice
okay,
ground
maybe,
pound to actually
maybe.
take the stock off of Moni. There is a big chance that Bunny and Moni can win this, but it's not impossible for Marky and Future to take it either, as they did beat them before, but it's just Moni and Bunny are seemingly playing so well right now. Super well, in fact, as they're still stacking so much
Oh
damage
my
onto
god.
Future, who is not able to find a way out. Crazy recovery is going to take the stock from Bunny, but I don't think it
Marky.
matters as much as needing to worry about himself, as he's taking so much damage from Marky Moo here. Future Bubble now in a dangerous position. All it takes is one Sig, one
Yeah, there
aerial, and
we
there's the
go.
Sig to take the stock.
Honestly, I love the I love the Great Pop Great Sword. Solid skin.
It's a cool skin. I do like Popsicle.
You know what? Same here.
Aside from that, making work with the axe instead of the great sword, they're just running double axe and doing so well, building up damage on the Marky move, but doesn't even matter as Future Bubble takes the stock off of Monihalla and leaves the Monihalla on last stock, as Future Bubble is also in last stock, but with a damage deficit and needing to worry about himself here. For if he is to lose this stock, he will leave Marky Moo in a 1v1 situation, and you do not want to, or 1v2 situation, and you don't want to be in a 1v2 situation, especially against these two who work so well off of each other with their signatures. Ooh, and it's
Honestly,
so close here
with
for both players on blue
Future
team.
being on his last stock though, and that's pretty deep red.
He's trying his absolute best to survive. He does not want to leave his teammate alone. Now his teammate leaving him alone to get that
Oh
stock
my,
removed
it's
from
a
both players.
2v1 on Marky Moo's side. This is not looking too good.
Red team are sitting in a very comfortable position right now, despite Monihalla being on one stock red. If Marky Moo can take this stock from Moni and leave himself in a 1v1 situation, this could be perfect for him. But if Moni doesn't allow it, then it will be extremely difficult. Moni just needing to play it safe and allowing Bunny to do as much damage and potentially stack it back to him, rebound combos off of one another to build up more damage on the Marky Moo. Marky Moo is not letting up though. He's not
Oh,
taking
this
hits. He's
team
not
combo.
receiving any damage that he isn't allowing. Anything that he can remove himself from, he does, but he was holding on for so long without receiving damage, and now being just as red as they are, he's in a very difficult position.
I know he's really trying to play neutral right now. I mean, that's all he can really do right now.
Ooh, extremely difficult, just throwing out SIGs, just stacking close. And he's so close to taking at least one stock, which could change the entire tide. If he plays super well in a 1v1 situation against Monihalla, despite how damaged they are, it can still be taken by Monihalla alone in a 1v1. He's not playing it any dangerously. He's keeping him away from him and waiting for Bunny to come back to confirm with the recovery and the end-sig. Either of those would have done it. To take the stock, it is 1-0.
It just took one hit. Yeah, it was kind of looking cooked.
Truly was. It was super difficult, and he was doing really well, but the 1-0 going in favor of red team now over.
Oh, Marky Moo back on the Onyx.
Switching back to the Onyx because more than likely this is what he used to beat them initially in winner's side. They're all just finalists, except spring cleaning over here.
Oh, this lobby stinks. Just kidding. So sweaty.
Reeks of talent.
I mean, honestly, real.
Match starting up, and so far nothing crazy other than immediately red team trying to find a team combo between each other to take a stock so quickly. Oh, and Bunny being in a dangerous position on stage and getting kept immediately by Marky Moo. And despite that switch on the Onyx, he still has gauntlets nonetheless. Being in an extremely difficult position, being in a weapon change mid combo was incredible from Future, and if it wasn't stopped by Bunny, Marky Moo would have cleared that stock with the GCD sig.
Oh, that was so perfect.
It was almost perfect, but it was halted. Monihalla, I'm sure, thankful that Bunny arrived at the scene when they did, saving them and keeping the stocks as even as possible, keeping this match as close as possible. Marky Move losing all options. Bunny
Ooh.
confirming that kill and leaving Future in a position that's troublesome to him as he's alone right now. Marky Move returning to the scene, but not being able to provide much as Future's taking so much damage, and Moni still maintaining this first stock. Whoa! What a crazy sitting
Oh,
on the
Marky
axe to
Moo.
sit above the sig on Future, and Future using that side sig thinking it would punish, but instead getting punished himself. Really
And Money's
unfortunate
still
for
on his
Future
first
Bubble here.
stock too. Oh, never mind. You just
Commentator's
lost
curse.
it.
Commentator's curse coming out. Moni losing that stock, but it not even mattering as much as Future needing to keep his own, being so damaged here,
Oh my
and needing
god.
to, building up good damage and comboing off of each other. Very nice damage while Bunny loses stock, and Moni's just taking hits here from each player, from both players of the blue team. Trying to go for the gift now to confirm
Oh my
this stock,
god.
and that's gonna do it. Bunny trying to get a stock of their own, and constant ground pounds onto Marky Moo here, who's going to
Oh
turn
my
it
god.
around and take the stock off of Bunny, and is now in a 1v2 situation. Monihalla sitting at white,
And
but
oh
in
my
a dangerous
god.
position,
Just like
extremely
that.
dangerous now, as this is totally possible for both players to take here. A crazy gimp coming out, and now a dangerous combo that Monihalla finds himself in. Now sitting at about similar
Ooh.
damage, a little lighter than both players here, but still in a 1v2 situation. Monihalla
Oh,
needs a
another
miracle
combo.
here
Oh,
in
I was
order to
waiting for the insig.
bring this back. They had such a confident lead, but a crazy gimp has changed this, has shifted the tide completely, turned this all around, and Monihalla's in such a dangerous position that it caused them to lose the match. It is now
Oh my
1-1
god. That was
between both teams.
quite the turnaround, I must say.
An incredible turnaround and a crazy gimp coming out from Marky Moo, allowing them to take it, to steal the match out from the red team. And now we're seeing what potential events transpired for them to beat them in winner's side earlier on. That this is totally possible for Marky Moo and Future to take, despite the momentum that Bunny and Moni were carrying on, the momentum that they carried on from their prior sets.
Honestly, I feel like it was the legend swap it needed to happen. I mean, the Mordec's worked the first time, but maybe it was just for that team.
Something needed to change, and it wasn't enough for them to be able to take it. And now they're here fighting in loser side against another contender to be the champions for this tourney. And so far, it's all just lackluster here, as nobody's taking any stocks yet. Everyone's trying to take the stock as soon as they can. A lot of off-stage play going on.
Ooh, okay. Future lost his first stock. I mean, that was quite the team combo.
It was a nice team combo that came out from red team, and
Oh my
immediately taking
god,
the
Money!
next stock. Only a few seconds in, 45 seconds into the match, being able to take two of Future stocks, now sitting at last stock
Oh my
situation,
god.
needs to stay alive and allow Marky Moo to thrive. But red team is gonna thrive just a little harder, as blue team is sitting in a very difficult position, as Marky Moo loses his stock and leaves Future in a 1v2 situation for the moment, not being able to capitalize on it. Marky Moo returns and is able to
takes the
reflect
stock.
that onto them, taking the stock immediately off of Monihalla.
Bunny's still
Putting them,
still holding on to hers though.
that she's just surviving and is preventing them from being able to catch up at all, is not giving them any
Ooh, nice
leverage
dare.
here. Monihalla, though, the way that he's getting tossed, might lose his stock first.
Ooh, that was a
And
nice
just as
dig.
I say that, he does, and it allows blue team a chance at all to bring this back. If they can take Monihalla's stock here, then it would
Oh, there
allow
we
them
go.
to, and being in the perfect position too right now. They have a 1v2 going on, but Monihalla's gonna stay off stage and protect himself, so but he can come back and help him out.
Yeah, Bunny was finally just able to lose her first stock.
Now being in a very difficult position with this red stock here, Marky Moo just trying to make the most of it and damage as much as possible. Future has held on to this stock so well, though. Losing it only 45 seconds into the match, and over a minute later is still on about the same damage as he was when he started. Marky Moo needing to come back to the stage to help out his teammate, who's getting tossed by this unarmed that's going on right now.
Oh, and
This
Marky
stock
Moo's
from
so
Monihalla
damaged
needs...
right now.
He is very damaged and in an extremely dangerous position as he is in a 1v2. And there it is, the dare to clean up that stock. Now in a 1v2 situation himself, Marky Moo is going to try his best to take the stock potentially from Monihalla to make it a full 1v1 or remove the stock from Bunny in order to make it a quick 1v1 and hopefully make quick work of Moni before Bunny shows up. Bunny's already arrived to the scene and now this is a difficult situation for Marky Moo. You don't want to be in this position where you are just getting stacked on with D-Sigs.
This is not looking good for Marky Moo. I'm not like...
No, not at all. But if he can somehow take this stock from either of these players, it'll be a beautiful turnaround, potential turnaround for him.
Come on, Marky. Honestly, if anybody can do it, it's Marky, I believe. But,
what a bait. It's going to be so difficult for him. He's playing it so safe, but it might just not be enough as he is off this stage. And nice exhausted recovery to be able to come back to the stage, but neither of these players are going to let up or allow him that chance to really thrive here. A lot of great damage being built up by him.
Little poke on Bunny.
Oh, and the weapon throw! Setting him even further off stage and allowing Bunny to get up to stare him and complete that stock, close out the match, and take it 2-1 over and give them the lead in the set. 2-1 so far over blue team.
I can't lie. Bunny and Bunny, honestly, the team synergy, it's there. I see why they teamed up together.
They are matching D-Sig right now. I think that says a lot about them.
It's the D-Sig nation.
Right now they are twinning. They are building up this synergy as they continue going along, and they are going to need it more than ever if they end up winning this set and have to go against the current grand finalists right now, sitting there waiting for them. Animefan and Flower, who did so well.
Honestly, I'm still holding hope out for Future and Marky, but honestly, Money and Bunny have just been really playing.
Right now, they still have to put in so much work in order to beat Marky and Future, who can still totally take this. They already took a match prior to that last match, and the score is still 2-1. So it's anybody's game right now. It just depends on who locks in first, who performs better. And Future is in a dangerous position off stage. Marky Moo turning that around and making him more dangerous for Bunny. Money even throwing himself off stage in order to save Bunny and prevent that from happening.
Honestly, this is such a hard match.
This is looking extremely difficult here for the ones sitting off stage, the ones that are in a dangerous position right now, waiting on their teammate to make something happen. But Bunny and Marky Moo are now going at it as the other two have fallen, just trying to take the first stock.
Oh, there we go. Marky was able to take it.
Red team is now at a disadvantage, missing the stocks, and this team combo going on to Monihalla is going to build up some damage, but that defense is so good as Bunny decides to GCD side sig and actually takes the stock off of Marky Moo in order to even out the stocks completely. We are at an even match. Marky Moo already doing crazy damage trying to take Bunny off stage and send Moni back into the center stage so Future can reflect off of that. They're just building up so much damage on each other.
Honestly, this is such a 50-50 match. It's so a neck and neck.
It is very close. You can't tell who's gonna win this, but right now, what blue team needs is to be able to win this match, to lead into into game 5. If red team can take this, they will be moving on and fighting the grand finalists.
Honestly, I'd be so happy if we got a game 5.
This is elimination match for both teams right now, and being in the position you're in as Future, who is on his last stock, you want to play as best as you can to not take these hits. But Moni is not letting up and doing so much damage. I completely missed what happened between Marky and Bunny there.
Okay, Marky cleaning up some stocks here. He still has his. Still in his second stock.
Taking the stocks and trying to maintain while he does damage or attempts to do some damage to Bunny and Money here, but they're doing the exact same over to Future. They're not even worried about Marky as much as they are worried about Future and being able to take that stock to make it a 1v2 situation. Being able to take Marky's stock right now would allow them a 1v1, 1v2 situation onto Future, and they could potentially team combo, but Marky is just not letting up and giving them that leverage.
Okay, Money. Oh, it's so tied right now. Decently tied.
When being so high up, He is
Oh,
in a
that was
very
close.
troublesome position right now. Future is just flying on top of the map, and they are just keeping him up there. They're potentially playing badminton with him right now. Essentially, he's staying on the side of the stage, just trying to stay
Oh,
alive, allowing
Money's
Marky Moo
out.
to do enough
This is
damage and
not
build up the
looking
stakes
good.
in order to take the stock away from Moni, putting Bunny in a 1v2 situation.
Come on, buddy.
But Bunny
Okay,
being able
buddy
to
got
take
the
the stock and
1v1.
putting themselves in a 1v1 situation.
Oh,
All she
going
needs
up
to do is
against
take this
Marky
stock from
Moo.
Marky to move on into
Oh,
grand
come
finals,
on.
but Marky needing to do the same in order to stay in this tournament. There's a lot on the line for both players right now, but even more for Marky, who's sent Bunny off stage and is trying to do whatever he can to take this
Oh,
stock. Now switching positions, Bunny having
it
the stage
just takes one
control.
hit. Come on, Marky. Yeah,
And such
let's
a
go,
beautiful catch from
buddy.
Bunny is gonna take the stock and take the match 3-1 over Marky Moo and future Bubble. Bunny and Moni will move on.
Also, I'll
And
note there's a lot of Perseus rep on here. 3
there is.
Perseus members.
That's a lot of good people in Perseus.
Where did Future and Marky go?
He could not lock in. They're out. They lost tourney.
They lost?
Yeah, it was 3-1.
Damn.
3-1
Actually
Bunny and
locked
Moni's
in.
favor. Monihalla and Bunny being able to 3-1 them right back as they did to them in winner's side, and being able to go on to grand finals is now waiting for them is Flower and Animefan, who need to show up and potentially, not even potentially, just, I don't think they fought Bunny and Moni yet. We haven't seen these two teams go at it yet.
Yeah, no, Mr. Clench, I agree. That was actually quite the win. I respect it.
They played so well. Make you mod where? One here? For what purpose?
Honestly,
What do you do?
I was low key kind of hoping for game 5. I want to see some game 5s.
Are you looking to punish someone Remove the trolls. Personally, I'd say I don't mind, just because they do give engagement no matter how mad they might get. Whatever reason you have to hate, that's your own problem. Appreciate the engagement though, you feel me? But if it is disruptive for the community, I think, if anything, I think we should have I think as big as Divine Gate is getting, we should have a like Twitch account for it, so we can host tourneys and set up scenes on that account. So if anyone uses it, it's already ready to stream tourneys like these. Because I don't have anything set up. I don't have a what's it called? I I don't have a overlay
UI?
to be able
Yeah.
to. Yeah, no UI either, anything like that. I don't have anything to put on the screen here. Like I tried a second ago and I was doing it, but my live studio just isn't running super well, so I can't do it. And I know OBS runs even better than that. So if anything, probably Streamlabs OBS to make it so much easier. Like we should get an account on that, and someone just takes the time to set up scenes and all for the entire thing. You know,
That'd be
set up the
actually so
overlay for.
helpful. I
It
know
would.
quite a few other orgs do it, and it makes streaming a lot easier.
Yeah, it's what we used to do back in when I used to host tournaments at Danger Inc. We did that same thing where we'd have overlays, and you could transfer between different overlays and scenes, and it would show like our recent champions in tournaments. It would show stats of players that were participating in the tourney or have participated already,
I
and
know
it ran super well.
I know Kingdom has done that before, at least I'm pretty sure last I remembered.
Well, yeah, that's because that's how you do it. It makes it so much easier, the process, and whoever is able to run it the best is just like the main holder of the account. They stream, and I won't have to worry about trying to put overlay on the screen. I can just commentate, you know.
Yeah,
So if
usually
anyone in Divine,
I know usually they have somebody who's just dedicated to like just doing all the behind the scenes stuff. So like the
yeah,
casters just have to cast.
yeah, because that's what you need. You need someone like that, and whether we find someone who can do it, someone who already has the experience in doing it, or somebody takes the time to learn how to do it, Either way would be so much easier than
We
trying to do
need
it
a tech
yourself while
guy.
you're a tech guy.
Yeah. I think that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
So I'm just streaming because they needed a streamer, but I also agreed to cast, so that's why I'm here casting. My main point.
Mr. Clinch said it's the pro stats overlay. That's the best one.
Oh yeah, no, the pro stats overlay was always super sick to see. You get to see like how they've performed over time, how they've ascended into the community, like who's been climbing, who's actually been getting higher on the PR, and you get to see just how far all these players have gone, how they play with their sigs. Like it shows how many sigs they use often, how many weapon throws they use.
Fun fact, I'm actually PR1, but they always have me cast, so I don't like overshine like all like the real pros.
Hmm.
It's true facts.
Interesting. In what region are you PR1?
North America.
Oh, you're Marky Moo.
Yeah.
No way.
No, actually, I'm
So you
better
were
than Marky
casting your
Moo.
match.
I'm actually better than Marky Moo.
Oh.
He won't admit it, but he knows. I like 3-stock
Good.
him like all the time whenever like we play, but he tells me not to tell anybody.
Let's see this 4-man story mode over here. All right, well, these are the teams. This is grand finals. We've got winners going on. Animefan and Flower versus Moni and Bunny.
Go money.
Who Animefan and Flower, who are coming from winner's side and can take this so comfortably if they just win their 3 matches.
Also,
Bunny and Moni needing to bracket reset completely in order to win this.
Also, didn't this team face each other before, or am I tripping?
I don't think they have yet. They haven't faced each other before, but this is going to be
Quite the match.
the first time they face off.
Honestly, I'm so here for it.
What's up, Snag? Working on all that. That's good to know. Yeah, because Divine Gate has grown super fast to the point where the amount of people joining, we are not able to catch up with production and all that in any other sense. So I understand this tourney didn't run super smoothly, but it's being run as well as it can be. You know.
Honestly,
For what resources are available.
No tournament has ever run smoothly in my experience. If I'm being honest, always something goes wrong.
Yeah. See that. But so far, aside from not running smooth, these players here are just beating on each other. The blue team especially is dominating red team, it seems, so far. Being able to just take the stock so quickly off of Animefan and almost repeating that same sentiment onto Flower, who is able to maintain the stock. Bunny being so damaged here as well.
Honestly, oh my god. Okay, I am so feeling that Bunny and Money actually might have a chance of at least a bracket reset. That would be kind of cool.
It's totally possible they've been carrying on the momentum from their last 2 sets, while Animefan and Flower have been sitting waiting for their match for so long. So whether they get warmed up or are warm enough already to win it, we don't know, but we will definitely see these stars shine so long, whenever they get warmed up, that is.
Honestly, Bunny and Money feel pretty locked in right now. They feel pretty warmed up.
They do seem to be playing really well, as they're already on track to take Anime's second stock here.
Oh.
And they have. That they have, but we'll see. Yeah.
Flower,
unfortunately, taking his teammate's stock there and leaving himself in a bad position, as he is so damaged, already right on his second stock. Money's still having his first. It's just seeming very gruesome for the red team right now. As he loses his stock, it allows an opportunity for the blue team to 1v2 Animefan, who is going to stay alive and evade them as much as possible.
Oh my.
Ooh, and being gimped off
God,
stage!
Flower,
Monihalla loses the stock to Ball! What a save from Animefan! Bunny was so confident that was going to work, and even though that save happened, they still don't have the lead. They are still a stock behind from the blue team, who's playing so well that they can give up stocks like that and still be fine.
Yeah,
and playing
they
off
seem
stage
very
right now,
locked
super
in.
risky for the red team because Moni has a second stock that can't just be used for it.
Oh, this is not. Yeah, Anime just kind of gave up.
Just accepting it. Just accepting fate there.
Honestly, not much you can do.
No, we'll just run it into the next match. We're warm now. We're going to be ready for it. So good luck to you guys. This is going to be our next match to take. But 1-0. The first match goes in favor of blue team, who is, might I remind you, coming from loser's side. I will see if my TikTok runs well enough for me to add text again. Let's see.
Alright, honestly, yeah, I know. I'm still feeling that Bunny and. Okay, it feels so weird to say Bunny and Money in the same sentence. It just feels weird rolling off the tongue.
Animefan flower. There we go. Y'all got it on screen and I can move it. Hey, there we go.
Honestly,
Looks pretty
yeah.
cool, no?
I honestly, if anybody's gonna take the win away from Anime and Flower, it's definitely gonna be Money and Bunny. I'm so feeling it. Just the way that they're locked in. Unless Anime and Flower are just like they just have some like secret tech that they haven't released yet.
Animefan flower. Well, there's not anything that they've changed this entire tournament, and they've made it far into winners. This might just be their pick throughout the entire tourney, and whether they have something in store or not, it's kind of hard to tell. But they've made it this far already as is. I think that this might just be the like what they have in store, all that they have left to offer, and it might not be bad either. Like this is totally possible for them to. It's totally possible for them to win it with what they've got right now.
Honestly, and I mean with the Taros on your team.
Let's see if I can hide this real quick.
I mean, Taros has always just been such a good legend. No matter how many times you try to nerf him, just for some reason, he's just that good.
Charles is a very strong legend, and the SIGs that come with him are incredible as well.
And the weapons.
But I think the weapons are definitely a staple in the twos scene, as you've seen. Hammer and Axe have been, especially Axe has been picked out throughout this entire tournament. The only player lacking an Axe here is Animefan, but Kai is such a good legend, considering her defense and the spear, especially going to work here, is able to
Oh,
take the stock immediately off of Moni.
the spear
Now
and the
Bunny being
bow
in a
on
difficult
her.
position, we are seeing a completely different narrative here from what we saw last match, as blue team was able to have a dominant lead against red team, but now red team is turning it right back on them. Red team now has a
Oh, come
great lead
on.
against them, 2 stocks up, and is committing so much damage onto Monihalla. But
Okay,
Moni
go, Money!
immediately responding with a side sig,
Aw,
and Bunny with their
Flower.
own gimp off the left side of the stage evens out the stocks and shows that this can still be anyone's match.
Honestly, oh my god, okay. Bunny and Money, you guys gotta lock in. But, oh, I'm so respecting this Taros pick, too.
Anime being in a difficult position right now. Bunny looking to go for the gimp, fishing for it even, but saying safer more than anything. What a crazy instinct to throw out because he knew it hit despite the damage it puts onto his teammate. It might just be worth it.
Oh, it's so tied right now. It's like they keep going neck and neck. It's like one's a little bit further than the other. It's, oh, so close.
And Bunny is just fishing for these sidelights into recovery. He's just trying their absolute best to get a gimp.
Oh!
A nice little... Gonna take the stock anyways. Beautiful by Bunny taking the stock, and Monihalla taking the stock of their own, finishing it off with a weapon throw. Blue team has now changed this into their lead.
Oh! Honestly,
But a
best
nice catch from Monihalla and a sig from Animefan to even it out. This is as even as it gets. These players are so close. The only one with the damage, the only disadvantage here, there might not be any disadvantage at all.
They're
It's
pretty
all about
neutral right now.
It's all about being as safe as possible and just not letting up, not allowing anyone to put you in a dangerous position. But Bunny and Money are putting Flower into the most dangerous position with the most damage on
Ooh, that
hand. And
side sig.
what a bait, knowing that he was going to run on stage afterwards. A great catch by Bunny there. And so close. All it takes is one more of those recoveries to take Moni's stock, and they do.
Money
Animefan
almost got
even
that.
in a worse position now in a 1v2.
Oh, come on, Money.
Very difficult against these two players as well. Might not even have an answer for this. What do you do against these two players when you have no weapon in hand, when they have you off stage like this, when they have stage control?
Take one whack. There we go. I knew it. It was one whack. It was either going to be from the axe, the great sword, or from a sig from Bunny.
The charge side sig from Rayman to take the second match from the charge side sig from Bunny's Rayman to take the second match over Anime and Flower. It is 2-0 right now. Bunny and Moni over Anime and Flower, and I cannot edit this text again. I can. I'm fine.
Oh my, just these matches, they haven't been letting up on how insane they are.
No, not at all. And despite how comfortably anime fan and Flower climbed all the way up here in the grand finals, Bunny and Moni are making it seem like this is only a winners final set, where they were the dominant ones initially, but they've never faced these two teams we never saw face. This is
Ooh, that was a nice side save.
a brand new set that we're seeing, and now these two going off against each other, it could be anyone's match. But it's so far it's seeming like the narrative is shifting into Moni's and Bunny's favor as they are already taking the first two stocks off of Anime Fan and Flower.
And I mean, I'm still
And
feeling that. Oh my god.
a beautiful D-light into Sayer catch for Anime to take the stock off of Moni, and Bunny being in a crazy position right now with so much damage, but still having all stocks.
Oh, into
A
that
nice
team combo.
a nice two-piece in order to finish the stock, and a
Oh
crazy
my
team combo that's
God.
going on right now, doing so much damage to Monihalla. Thank goodness for that Imugi's defense, otherwise that might have been so much more difficult.
Oh, that probably would have KO'd if it wasn't a Moogie.
And considering that Moni is still alive with this Imugi pick, it allows them a chance to take this and steal away the lead from Red Team.
Come on,
and
Money.
they just might do it, seeing both players off stage the way they are.
Oh, that was a good KO.
Nice little great sword light attack combo in order to take the stock from Flower, and now being in a dangerous position. Red Team is losing the lead. They're losing lead, losing composure, and using the same attack
I
twice.
wonder if they whiffed and went for a ground
DI is going to change that completely. Causes them both to go off stage, and a nice KO, double KO from Flower in order to even out the stocks as much as possible, but still being in a slight damage deficit. Needs to make some work here, otherwise Bunny getting this weapon could be dangerous. Moni putting in effort with this great sword could be dangerous, and so far it's looking terrible for Red Team.
Oh my god, I have no idea. Oh my god.
Oh, and a crazy stare causes
come on,
a
Flower.
situation.
Flower's done.
Getting the kill on Flower.
No Anime.
And being in this 1v2 situation again, that Anime Fan finds themselves in, needing to get this weapon, and once again being starved by these two monstrous picks here.
Oh, it's definitely not a spot you want to be in. It's
not
not
at all,
really
but he's
looking
in
good
it,
for Anime.
and he
There
has
we
to
go.
make it work, and he can't. The reverse 3-0, no, not even reverse. The 3-0 to reset the bracket. Apologies.
See, I knew there was going to be a bracket reset.
It is a bracket reset. Monihalla and Bunny 3-0, Anime Fan and Flower, and now we are going to see a final.
Are we gonna see a 6-0
between both players
in grand finals?
Reminiscent of 2024 BCX.
Honestly, I'm kind of here for it.
Both teams are on elimination match now, or on elimination set. This is the first time we're going to Demon Island. We were going to Apocalypse. What? Apocalypse?
Yo, honestly, normally I don't like greatsword players, but Yuz and Monihalla and Saikus are like the few that like I'm good with. Oh, and Skeldra.
If you can make it work, then for sure. And we are seeing Monihalla make it work so well right now, but all we're seeing is a lot of axe being thrown out. And that axe getting thrown out to Sayer. Flower off the stage takes the first stock. And already Blue Team is still looking incredible with what they've got going on right now. They are not slowing down since winning that set. But neither is Anime Fan, who's reminiscent of those 1v2s, is actually putting in so much more work now that his teammate is present. And
poor Money.
They're playing well off of each other here. A nice Seer to send Anime Fan off stage, and Bunny trying to clean it up, but needing to worry more about Flower potentially.
Whoa! Go for him.
Anime Fan is a 1 and light from death, and a Seer is definitely gonna do it. Now Flower being off stage and getting taken off stage even more by Bunny here, trying to go for the Gimp. Being able to manage to make it on stage to get their weapon back is definitely holding on as well as he possibly can here.
Oh, this could go any way. I still really want. I believe in Bunny and Money. They got this.
It's anybody's game here, but right now Anime Fan is making it look like it could totally be Red Team's, and that it could be completely different from the previous set we just saw. But right now it's as even as possible, and it really comes down to who's gonna lose their stock first.
Oh my god, Money! Going ham on the greatsword too.
3 players on their last stock now, and it's not the one with the greatsword. And so far the one with the great sword is making it work. Monihalla is playing very well here, building up so much damage on these players and not letting up for even a moment, causing them so much pain here.
Honestly, I have no idea. Oh my god, come on.
An unfortunate Ensei catching his own teammate and leaving him a little more damage than he would
Come on, Flower and
like to be.
Anime.
Just stacking hits on hits and not being able to take Moni's stock is going to cost them this match. Being able to
Ooh.
finally take that
Oh
stock,
my
but his own
god, they're
teammate being off and him
cooked.
losing his options is going to
Done.
cost them the match. It is now 1-0
I was feeling
Bunny
that.
and
Oh
Moni
my
over
god.
1-0 Bunny and Moni over Animefan and Flower, and they're continuing. So far it is 4-0 right now, considering that last set.
Oh my god, yeah. How is there gonna be any stopping these two? Honestly, I highly doubt it.
It doesn't look like it. Their momentum has been carrying on this entire time since their sets in losers, since their losers runs, and they have just not slowed down, not even a little bit. They have taken every match so far they've played in grand finals. They've won 3 matches, 3-0 Anime Fan and Flower, and it might just happen again as they're already up 1-0.
Honestly, it's cool to see Monihalla cook. Honestly, I'm here for it.
He's been doing so well with this great sword, and not even just the great sword. The axe obviously has been doing work as well, but I think it's just a staple now for him.
He is the Amugi player.
He is the Amugi player, level 100, and he plays it so well too.
Honestly,
And now playing off of each other
I
to
agree.
convert that end light into a side light, nair into an easily killable
Ooh.
recovery.
Flower made it
Being able
back
to
to
take Anime
stage.
Fan's stock and almost doing the same thing onto Flower here. Flower barely holding on. Going for that crazy D-Sig. Looking
Ooh,
extremely
red
dangerous
team not
for the
letting
red
blue
team,
team
but
on the stage.
yeah,
Oh.
now having complete stage control is doing so much damage to Bunny and trying to take the stock so badly to even it out, but Anime Fan is taking so much damage already, it
Ooh,
seems
good
like.
stare.
Monihalla still on stage and not even taking a single
Oh
hit
my
there. Both
god.
players missing, trying to evade each other, but in the process paying the price. Anime Fan is so damaged now, where a
Yeah,
Sig
it's
could
not
definitely
looking
kill, and
good.
Monihala's still sitting on their first stock, on his first
Oh,
stock.
caster's curse.
And now a team combo almost comes out, but barely missing that GCD light might just cost them here, as they could have taken the lead. But right now, all momentum is still in favor of Moni and Bunny, who have been able to complete their team combos, as opposed to Anime Fan and Flower, who have been dropping them more than likely because of that pressure, because they are just getting demolished here by Bunny and Moni.
Oh, come on.
Now being 2 full stocks down, but not so
Yeah,
much as
it's
full as Bunny might just lose their stock here. If they focus Bunny and are able to take the stock, they can make it as even as they can give themselves a potential lead being able to take out Bunny right now.
either or. You're just gonna have to pick one, because honestly, I feel like Bunny and Money are very, very skilled players in their own rights.
They are, and even taking out Bunny's second stock here won't guarantee them a victory, as they are both in kill percent now, except Imugi is so defensive.
He is a straight up tank. That's why he's a turtle.
And with that, not even a turtle, he's moving like a tank, doing so much damage to both of these players and evading everything in the process.
Around.
And with that, a Nair is going to take out Bunny stock. Weapon throws are potentially going to
Ooh,
take out
Money.
Money stock. And they are still in an extremely dangerous position. Bunny's just going to stay
Deep
alive and
red.
evade everything in order to wait for teammate to come back so they can't
Oh
take
my
the
god,
stock. And
no
what a
way.
dangerous position to be in right now if you are
D-Sig!
Flower, who's going to get killed by the D-Sig. Now in a dangerous 1v2 situation once again. Anime has to
Buddy,
make
D-Sig
something happen
again.
here, and
Live up to your name.
sending him
I want to see
right
all
back
the
to stage,
D-Sigs.
ground pounding him to hell, and the M-Light's going to do it. Flower and apologies. Bunny and Money taking it 2-0 now over Anime Fan and Flower. We are going to game 3 once again, and this might be 6 games in a row that they've won.
6-0 is crazy.
It's looking totally doable for these players here.
Okay, if we see a 6-0 live here, oh my god.
Anime Fan and Flower have to come up with something. They are still playing the same legends, but they're not playing them as well as Monihalla and Bunny are playing these legends. Right now, they're just doing so much better, and they need to find the solution in order to halt this momentum that they have, to completely take it for themselves, to turn it into their own, and reverse 3-0 this. Otherwise, this will be their tourney run, and making it to grand finals will not even be a spectacle anymore, as it will be being 6-0'd.
Actually,
And already taking the first stock.
somebody just
Flower
brought
and
it to my attention. It's actually gonna be 9-0 if they win because they also beat Gui because they have the wins off of Gui to go by too.
they did.
They
So
have
that's 9
quite the
wins in
winning
a row,
streak.
but
Quite the winning streak.
it's just against like just these two for the set.
It's true.
So that would be an impressive 9 matches to win in a row, which is pretty sick. But I'm pretty sure Weechabu and Raid did take a match. No, Marky and Future took a match, and now we're here in this grand final set where all players are seemingly even. Monihalla or Flower having the least damage on him so far, but it not even mattering as they even it out so quickly. Both teams are just playing so well, building up so much damage on each other. But we've got Bunny and Monihalla receiving the most damage so far, it seems right now. And as I say that, Flower's already being taken off stage, trying to throw out the side take in order to take the stock so quickly.
Bunny and Money just might be the team to beat. Oh my god.
They would be the team to beat if they weren't already the team to win this tournament, as this is looking difficult for them. Animefan is already on last stock and seemingly tournament stock.
Oh
And Flower
no.
might just follow suit very soon.
It's looking pretty grim.
Flower coming in for the save, saving Animefan from Bunny there, and almost taking the stock off of Money as well. Money still holding on as well as possible. Both players holding on to their second stock now, but to be worried about your last stock is super important for both Bunny and Animefan.
At least Flower's still holding on to a second. Okay. Still.
Flower's still holding on, but it won't matter as much if Animefan ends up losing.
Oh, Buddy!
And almost like Gimp there, a beautiful
Buddy!
instinct to make it back to the stage, and Flower losing his own stock leaves Animefan in a dangerous 2v1 situation that might just cost him the stock here.
Oh my god.
And that it does, but Bunny is in a dangerous position themselves
Saved.
too. What a gift! 2 gifts to take the stock, and that's a 6-0 victory. Bunny and Moni take the tournament over Flower and Animefan, who've made it so far into this tournament just to get 6-0'd.
Nah.
An incredible performance from both sides here, but Bunny and Moni making a spectacle of this entire tournament.
Craziest match ever. Jesus Christ, they were on a roll. Oh my god, honestly, I agree. Money's always been the GOAT. Let's be real, chat.
Being able to see them climb from losers, and we knew they were a contender to win this, but they lost to the people that were sitting in losers finals waiting for them and came back and beat them. Then they come back and beat the guys who beat those guys and 6-0 them at that, carrying all the momentum from losers side and using that to their advantage to win flawlessly in grand final set, becoming our Divine Trials 2 champions. Apologies.
Oh my god. Oh my god. These are some intense matches. I mean, honestly, I kind of felt like Money and Bunny were probably gonna win this, but oh my god. Even I had some thought that maybe Animefan and Flower are gonna win because I mean they were just tearing it up on winner's side, but I guess not.
No, you would have assumed. You usually see people sitting in grand finals and they're just waiting to win the tournament, but it's a totally different story here. It's reminiscent of 2024 BCX where we saw kind of get 6-0'd by U's. This time it's 2v2 and Divine Trials at that. And not only that, but this was only a practice tournament run, and obviously there's a prize involved, but this was the first 2v2 tourney that they are trialing here to see how well they run it, and knowing what they need, what Divine Gate needs to set up next time to run it more smooth. And it was an incredible performance from all players involved, regardless of it only being a trial run.
Oh, I agree. I mean, it's just nice to see good players play. It's always a treat.
And there were so many good players, despite just being just a good trial run. Obviously, there's just so much talent coming from the org, coming from outside of the org, people who didn't even know about it going on, who showed up last second.
there is truly a lot of talent. And I mean, just within the org, I mean, somebody just mentioned that Heaven has 6 out of 10 top 10 twos players.
They have super impressive, and it
That
shows
is a
that
lot of twos players.
with the players that Heaven and Divine Gate as a whole have within their arsenal, it shows that this is going to be a prominent, a very this org is not lackluster whatsoever at this point. There are a lot of people, a lot of talent present. We're just moving up to get the production going and make it so much easier for us to run tourneys, events, maybe more professional streams for who knows what. But regardless, this is the beginning of an entire scene of tournaments that are to come, and they will run so much better so long as we continue doing it. And appreciate the host for hosting the tourney.
Yeah, honestly, this was definitely one of the top tourneys I've ever casted. It was so much fun. I mean, getting to see all the different players. I mean, honestly, it's just always going to be a treat.
It was definitely a blast to commentate. It was. I'm glad to have had the opportunity. Obviously, as a Heaven member myself, I would have loved to play, but I chose to cast because it's like, why not? Let's get that practice. I want to be able to cast some top tier matches, and that's exactly what I got to do. And I'm very grateful I did get this opportunity. So
Same. I mean, it was nice casting with you. You're pretty chill. I mean, I had fun.
appreciate it. And vice versa. I enjoyed casting and having someone to actually cast with this time.
I know. I could imagine. I mean, just being able to cast by yourself is honestly a talent, in my opinion.
It's a lot of work. It's very tiring.
Agreed.
But with that, that concludes the tourney, and thank you all for being tuned in. Those of you who were, I know it wasn't run as professionally as professional tournaments are run, but you can't blame that on anyone other than the success of the org, considering that they've gotten so big that
So quick, too.
expectations were completely surpassed, and now Divine Gate is just thriving to another level. The org has ascended, and these things will happen. You go through trial and error, and this is exactly what this tourney was called, Divine Trials. And there were errors, but eventually those errors will be fixed, and there will be nothing but success to come from there on out.
Divine Gate is only 4 months old. I mean, I could kind of see it. I remember knowing about. I knew about one person who was in Divine for a while. And then I started seeing the org pop up everywhere.
Pretty much. Thanks for the coins, Chris. Appreciate you, and thanks for the rose, Russ.
But honestly, I do heavily respect the org. Honestly, owners are pretty nice. A lot of the people in it are pretty chill.
Now we just need to find those other people that are gonna help keep it up, and especially in the tourney scene.
For real. I mean, I'd be down to cast with you again. It sounds like Chris